admire with his long wooden pipe and fuzzy woolen toes. He lived in a hobbit hole and everybody knows he's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, only 3 feet tall. That's right, he's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. Make it funky. Second verse. Now hobbits are peace-loving folk, you know. They don't like to hurry, like to take things slow. They don't like to travel away from home. They just like to eat and be left alone. That is until one day Bilbo is asked to go on a strange adventure to the caves below to help some dwarves get back their gold that was stolen by a dragon in the days. Here we go. He's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, only 3 feet tall. He's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. While he fought with the goblins, he battled a troll. He riddled with Gollum a magic ring he stole. Wow. While he was chased through the woods, lost through the forest, escaped through the bag, and he outtakes him. He's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, only 3 feet tall. He's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. While he's back in the woods in the land of the Shire, that brave little hobbit who we all admire. He's just sitting on a pile of silver and gold, smoking on his pipe, and he's getting real stoned. He's Bilbo. Woo! Bilbo Baggins, yeah! Only 3 feet tall. He's Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of them all. Thank you, Shannon! Wow! Wow, come on, give it up for Shannon. Shot, Roddy. Can you believe it? Wow. Holy mackerel.
My dear people, my dear Bagginses and Buffins, and my dear Tooks and Brandybucks, and Grubs and Chubs and Burrowers, Hornblowers and Bulgers, Bracegirdles, Good Bodies, Brockhouses and Proudfoots, and also my good Sackville Bagginses that I welcome back at last to Bag End. Today is my 111th birthday. I'm 11-1 today. I hope that you all are enjoying yourselves as much as I am. I shall not keep you long. I have called you all together for a purpose. Indeed, 3 purposes. First of all, to tell you that I am immensely fond of all of you, and that 11-1 years is too short a time to live amongst such excellent and admirable hobbits. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. Secondly, to celebrate my birthday, I should say our birthday, for it is of course also the birthday of my heir and nephew Frodo. He comes of age and into his inheritance today. Must be nice. Together we score 144. Your numbers were chosen to fit this remarkable total, 1 gross, if I may use the expression. It is also, if I may be allowed to refer to ancient history, the anniversary of my arrival by Barrel of Esgarth on the Long Lake, though the fact is that my birthday slipped my memory on that occasion. I was 51 then, and birthdays did not seem so important. The banquet was very splendid, however, though I had a bad cold at the time. I remember, and one could only say, thank you very much. I now repeat it more correctly. Thank you very much for coming to my little party. I wish to make an announcement. I regret to announce that, though, as I said, 11-1 years is far too short a time to spend among you, this is the end. I'm going now. Goodbye. Slips on ring, disappears. Everyone is in shock and panic. You guys, today is Hobbit Day. And that means that in the books, September 22nd, it is Bilbo's birthday. What you heard at the beginning is Chalky's song, cover with Shannon Shaw of Bilbo Baggins, as originally written by Leonard Nimoy. It's a special day for me. I'm slept for 10 seconds for one night. So I'm in a good mood. And by good mood, I mean like alive at all. And I hope that you guys also survived the eclipse and all the... well, I guess I've heard on the internet that tomorrow's the Rapture. So pretty big week. Do you guys remember those books and movies Left Behind? Maybe I'll check those out again today and like reimagine the Rapture. I always loved those movies. I thought it was so fun. Like that you could just be sitting in a plane and half the people would just disappear and then the pilot would disappear. I think autopilot would still get you back though, but I'm pretty excited for the Rapture. I can't wait. What's weird about this episode today with Brodie Reed / Brodie Coyote is we randomly talked both about the Rapture and Bilbo Baggins' birthday. And we recorded it a while ago, so we didn't even know that both these things were happening by the time that this is recorded. So if you're listening to this, I hope you can listen to as much of it as you can before being raptured. If you don't know, I guess people on the internet are saying September 23rd, Tuesday, is supposed to be the Rapture. I don't know why, but it's a rumor going around right now. Can't wait. I am re-recording this intro for the 1,000th time because news has moved so fast that any mention to anything I've made that happened hours ago or days ago no longer makes any sense. But needless to say, we're drowning. We're drowning in a nightmare. And today, at least, some good news that Jimmy Kimmel has been put back on the air, which is a sign that you can still say anything for a few more minutes. So that is the good news. And I will take a win. Next, we have some other work to do. We have to get the boots off a lot of necks right now. And it's crazy because I did go to protest the Jimmy Kimmel thing at Walt Disney Studios, where a bunch of writers and stuff for the Jimmy Kimmel show and people that I know were protesting. And you drive through Burbank to get to Disney Studios. And there's a lot of Trump stuff in Burbank, a lot of don't tread on me signs. I almost said don't tell, like don't tell comedy, which I did this week. I bombed terribly in San Diego. Shout out to San Diego and all the rich people that couldn't relate to me at all and are just quite happy with the way that country is going. I actually asked the host, I was like, what's it like politically in this little area? And he was like, a healthy mix of left and right. And I was like, good God, what's a healthy mix anymore? But anyway, so I'm driving I'm driving through Burbank to this thing, and there's all these don't tread on me and Trump flags and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like, what do they mean by don't tread on me? Because it seems like they mean it in kind of like a flirty, kind of like sub kind of way of like they're playing a role. Like they're like, no, don't tread on me. I would hate that if you would tread on me. Don't scare me, big boy. Don't put your big boot on my little snake. Ow. That's how it reads to me right now. But anyway, ABC is putting Jimmy back on the air, so that's exciting. Hopefully we can, I love a boycott. We got to do maybe a little general strike, huh? Maybe we got to do bigger things. I think we can get it together. Listen, I saw a lot of Disney adults saying that they're going to stop going to Disney and they're going to cancel all their Disney Plus and all that. And I think it's possible. It's just we need a really focused target, right? We just need to all make a decision on the one thing we're doing that one day. So maybe you could put like a cute little calendar on your wall full of like fairies and hearts and butterflies. And it just every day says like, or maybe every week, like, what's the one thing that I'm like, that we're going to stick it to? Well, I guess I'm saying like, let's get organized because that might work. We can stop a genocide. We can protect trans people. We can protect immigrants. We can protect Black people and like all get behind the fact that they're Not committing suicide by hanging in a tree. That makes no sense as a suicide. Oh, let me break my legs and hang myself from a tree. I also think it's so insane with all the Charlie Kirk stuff that they're trying to loop trans people into it, using it as an excuse to make them seem like violent or terror, and they had nothing to do with it. It's just like so bananas. And I'm just also seeing like even feminists, even a couple liberal feminists that I've seen popping up on my feed recently, #Jordan Jensen. No shade, but like, what the hell, you guys, you're going to go after trans people? That makes no sense. It's just like, it's the same as racism for like poor white people or whatever. It's just like, yeah, point your finger at the more oppressed than you. That'll help you like get your rights. Take down a target that's already suffering for no reason. It's just, you're being duped, my guy, and it's hurting people. And I am grateful that I at least am not doing that and that I know that. Because it's weird and dumb. And if you know trans people, you know that it just doesn't matter that they're trans. It's not even something that will anyway get in your way or affect your ability to just sit there and do whatever you were already doing and like living your life. You guys know this. You're my fans. You're my friends. You're my only fans. That's why I need you guys to come out to San Francisco on November 4th. Please, for the love of God, come out to this show. Listen, it's overpriced in the sense that there's a 2-drink minimum. Each drink costs $70. Okay, $70 for a Coke or a beer or PBR. And you have to buy them. And I'm the one that's against fascism? I don't think so. I'm saying you have to come to my show. And you have to buy these drinks even though you're broke. And why? Because I've written 45 minutes of material. And I need to make money for it. And by make money, I mean break even from driving up to San Francisco and buying ads on Instagram. Gotta pay Daddy Zuck. So wherever you live on the planet, make sure that you get a plane ticket and fly out. Listen, I don't have a lot of fans. It's going to take literally every single person that listens to this podcast, that has ever listened to this podcast, to get a decent seating at my show. Okay, so that's November 4th, San Francisco Punchline, punchlinecomedyclub.com. Thank you. Can't wait to see you all there. Please, God, help me. What else? I just watched Caleb Herron's special on HBO last night, by the way. One of my favorite comedy specials to have come out. So if you're looking for something to watch, I recommend that. I don't know what to read right now. Let me know what to read. Let me know if you want me to write you a letter. I've been writing some of you guys letters. Nothing else really to talk about, so I'm going to let you guys listen to my interview with Brodie Coyote. Good friend, longtime friend, great guy. You see him all around town. You see him at every protest. You see him at the Ren Fair. And he's playing the banjo in this episode, so I hope that you guys enjoy that. It's kind of our first. We're adding a little bit more music. We're trying things out. But I just really appreciate you guys being on this timeline with me. And Frodo says, let's wrap it up with a quote from, since we're doing Hobbit Day. So Frodo says to Gandalf, "I wish it need not have happened in my time. Something we can all relate to, yes?" And then Gandalf says, "So do I, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." So that's, listen, I hope you appreciate all of the niche comedy and Tolkien things that happen on here. I hope that you have similar coping mechanisms that are keeping you afloat. If you want to go to Disneyland, I think you can probably go back now. I hope you don't have bacterial vaginosis. Not saying I do, but I'm not saying I don't. All right, you guys, enjoy, and Brodie Reed, and Brodie Coyote. We must trust. Enjoy this episode, you guys. Bye. Welcome to Some Timeline. Cheers.
It's good to be here.
Brodie Coyote's here. Brodie Reed, Brodie Coyote on the Some Timeline
I do
pod.
like hearing it, honestly.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Brodie Coyote.
My friend randomly gave me that nickname, and I'm just like, I've never heard that. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard Brodeo Drive. I've heard I don't know what I've heard, but I've never heard Brodie Coyote before, and I immediately attached to it.
Yeah, because you are kind of a coyote.
I honestly,
as an animal.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You know, they're around, they're in LA, they're a staple, they're kind of skinny.
They're kind of on their own a lot, wandering around.
They're always hungry. I forget to eat.
Yeah. Well, at least we're drinking water so far.
Yeah.
But I do feel like a lot of events I'm at, you're at, and I don't know till later that I'll see on your Instagram.
I feel the same way about you.
Brodie was walking around. We need to share an event calendar so that we know when we're in the same place.
I think we do, because we're coincidentally at Ren fairs and protests and stuff.
We were at the same freaking joust and we didn't even know.
That's crazy.
At the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
Man, that in the night, my night was the bad guy one.
The black one?
Yeah.
They were all white, but he was dressed in black. And I had the boring blue Captain America night. He wasn't that boring. He was fine.
No, mine was pretty sinister.
Yeah.
Mine was like really beefy guy. I feel like his name was like Maxwell or like some kind of, and then he
had you been to Ren Fair before?
I have, but I'd never been to the last joust of the day.
Okay, right.
So I didn't know that it turns into a murdering spree.
I didn't know that it's different than the other ones, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a lore.
Yeah, they've got a little lore. It goes throughout the day.
That was my first Ren Fair. And I don't know why I hadn't been to one before, because if I had known, I would have made it a priority in my life to go to every
no, same. I mean,
fair.
I think we've been going for the last 3 years, but I should have been going my whole life.
Yeah. I didn't realize how horny people would be.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that there were when black people dress up in Ren Fair stuff, they really go hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, it's really, well, my first Ren Fair, I went with my cousins and my aunt and uncle, and I was maybe 10 or 11. Yeah. No, I was 12 because the titties were coming in, and nice. That was part of it for me, because those things are fun because you can kind of go off with your friends or cousins, and then the parents or whatever aren't around. But I remember I walked into the Ren Fair, and this is kind of a sketchy story.
There's a lot of sketchy stuff that goes down there.
This is a sketchy story,
even though there's children all around. Yeah,
it's definitely, there's some creep vibes going on, because I walked in and I'm fresh off the puberty boat, right? And I walk in and this older guy rubs my arm with a feather.
Oh no.
And he goes, my lady.
No.
And I was honestly, I'm so horny. In retrospect, definitely sketch, but in the moment,
a big feather.
In the moment, I was just
was that your first time being called
yeah,
my lady?
I was this is what I'm not getting from the boys in school. You know what I mean? Luckily, that was it, and the pedophilia didn't go any further. But
I will say, as a man, I've only been catcalled probably twice in my whole life, and it's definitely a fond memory.
Yeah, I think I didn't sense danger in the moment because we were all in costumes,
right? And people hide behind that.
Yeah.
Especially the Jack Sparrows.
Right.
The number of Jack Sparrows really freaked me out at the Ren Fair.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. And there were many Jedi there. It was on May 4th when I went.
Well, we went the same day, right?
Yeah, of
so
course.
it must have been May 4th. Yeah, there was a lot of really drunk people. There was some really drunk teenagers, I feel, sitting next to us at the joust.
Yeah.
But I had a great time. You got a sword?
I got a sword. It's like I look at pictures of it. I'm just like, this just looks like a third leg because I'm like so skinny. It's like hanging off my waist. It's like huge. That was literally my only goal. Like I went with my friends. I was just like, I'm here to buy a sword. Like that's my only goal. Make sure I accomplish that. And I totally did. But they zip tie it. You can't take it out.
I don't get that. I don't get
because they're real.
But I don't get how the zip tie works. I don't get how it holds it in.
They zip tie it like they zip tie the handle to the sheath so that you can't pull it out.
I was looking at it and I was like, I don't understand how you can't just pull it out.
I mean, you can you can obviously cut it, but I mean, like,
I know, but never mind. This is boring, I guess. But I'm like, the sheath
swords are boring.
But I'm like, imagine back in the day, swords were like the most violent thing we had. They were like the guns of their era.
I know.
People must have been like,
I wish,
let's have checks for swords. Like,
I'm kind of
not everyone should just have a sword.
Yeah.
Look what's happening.
As like a political like leftist, like a lot of leftists are super into guns. I truly hate guns.
Yeah.
But I'm all about swords.
Like some violence is okay. If you want to cut someone's head off, that's fine.
Yeah, you got to work for it at least.
Yeah.
It should be easier than pulling a trigger.
Yeah, we have swords in here, but we don't have they're not like on display. They're kind of shitty, but
that's okay. I have some shitty ones.
They're like all really old. But it's like I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, well, like I'm like too mentally ill to have a gun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's too easy. I have one bad day and then all my friends are dead. That sucks.
Too tempting.
That sucks.
I would have killed myself many times if I had
totally.
a gun in the house.
Did you know that Flipper the dolphin
killed himself with a gun?
Killed himself with a gun. No. Flipper the dolphin
flipped the fuck out.
It's easy for a dolphin to commit suicide because they decide when to breathe.
Right. Right.
And I'm just like so grateful that I can't just like decide to stop breathing.
Yeah.
Because that's way too easy. Oh my God. Someone would say something weird to me at the store. And then I would just like hold my breath and die.
That'd be the ultimate way to win an argument.
Yeah, but I've never been strong enough to like take a sword to myself. And
yeah, totally.
That's like, it takes a lot of like pressure to break any kind of skin.
Yeah. As someone who speaks Japanese and, has taken katana classes and stuff like that, it really impresses me, like harikiri, which is like, people did that like a lot. It
is cool. It's cool that they were able to pull that off.
It's cool. Because they honestly do it at the drop of a hat as soon as like the honor of their family is like on the line. Personally, for me, I would be like, man, fuck my family, dude.
I know.
I'm not gonna stab myself through myself.
Yeah, my partner is Japanese, and I wanted to talk to you about this because we're going to Japan. I need all the recs.
Yeah,
but his connection to his family and how much he cares about all his family, I'm like, I do not have this. Like, he's like upset that his uncle's mad at him, and I'm like,
is he Japanese American or are they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I don't really.
Does he have family there?
No, in Okinawa. Okay. He's half Okinawan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okinawa's kind of like they're kind of like Okinawa like was its own place.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like the Hawaii of Japan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You can see he has some pictures of like his family there, and his like great grandma or whatever. She has like tattoos on her hand, and I guess that was like so that
that's an Okinawan thing.
She like wouldn't be abducted or something. Like Japanese soldiers found it unattractive.
Oh,
so wow. I think it's like a protection thing, or that's what he says anyway.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I don't care about my family's honor. I don't care. I mean, like I care about like my brother and my mom and my dad, but everybody else, I don't know.
I mean,
you're my cousin. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
My last name is like my slave owner's name from hundreds of years ago, whatever. So I don't really give a shit.
Well, that's why you got to change it to Coyote.
Yeah.
Maybe you should legally change it. Fuck it.
I do want to...
Fuck the Reeds.
Yeah. I should legally change it, yeah. Coyote might be good. I'll think about it. It's a new nickname, so I'm getting used to it. I do want to use it for a character, though. I want to start getting into, like, characters. That's why I want to, like, do with Banjo. I'm coming up with a backstory for Brodie Coyote, where like one of the most famous like banjo songs is like the theme song to Beverly Hillbillies. It's like literally culturally relevant to like bluegrass music, which I think is awesome. I think it's hilarious.
Is that tell me a story about a guy named Jed?
Texas tea, blah blah blah.
How does it go?
I forgot.
And I go to Beverly Hills, that is.
Yeah. I'm gonna learn it at some point, but like my grandma's house that I inherited during the pandemic and sold and stuff. We can get into that if you want, but like it's in Ladera.
Interesting. Ladera.
Which people call the Black Beverly Hills. And I'm like, perfect. Like it's the character is writing itself.
Ooh, it's coming together. I love this. I want to play it. Play something. Play a little banjo.
So I've only been playing for like 2 months. So
That's awesome though.
Yeah. So it's been like a slow process, but like what I've been finding is that it's really easy to just kind of like, you know, sit around and like doodle on in a way that like playing guitar wasn't. But I can play a little bit for you.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
It's like such a good storytelling instrument.
It is.
I feel like I just wanted to be like,
it's a mood.
Well, you know, that was the day when I was walking up that hill with nothing but a Gatorade, and I saw her standing up there, and well, she didn't have any pants on, but I thought I'd say hi anyway and see if she needed any Gatorade. Well, now that woman is my wife, and I'm proud to say she doesn't wear pants to this day.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everyone needs to play a little bit more music and like, yeah, just pick it up. Like that's what I love about Harold and Maude.
Yeah.
He starts playing the banjo at the end.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. That's such a good movie to watch when you're like a teenager. And
that movie is so good.
Yeah.
It's like such a positive, age inappropriate movie. She's like 80 years old and he's like 20 or something, 19.
That's why I like older women for sure.
I love it. She's so great. Yeah. That's such a good movie. I was going to talk about scenes in the movie, but that's a little bit boring.
It's been a while since I've seen it, or else I'd jump in.
Watch Harold and Maude, play some instruments.
Do Harold and Maude.
Yeah. Get it done.
Write some sketches. Join a sketch group.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why they called it that. I don't know, but...
Why they called what?
Why they called Harold and like improv and sketch teams Harold and Maude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Instead of like Toms and Jerry's or whatever.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Itchies and Scratchies.
I don't know anything about that world, to be honest.
Good for you. Good for you for doing comedy in LA and not.
It's mostly because I'm lazy. I know so little about. Daniel Webb was on this podcast and he was like astounded at the level of movies that I didn't know, like old Hollywood movies. And I'm like,
interesting.
Yeah, I need to. It's just like I'm not good at knowing shit.
There's so much shit to know. It's like, who cares? I'm sure there's a lot of
but
shit.
But even in my own field, you know, I'm kind of, you know, but stand up I know pretty well. You know?
I'm sure you've got weird hobbies that you don't tell people about or something.
I'm really into Tolkien.
Okay.
I get really deep into that, and so does Seth over here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like you read the like Similarion or whatever?
Dude, I only got halfway through that book.
That's impressive.
And
It's
I think I
fucking
need
huge.
to start over. Like, I'll get a certain way through it and then be like, I don't think I retained any of that. I got to start over.
I like Tolkien in a way where like I'll read like a whole like wiki page, like a TV tropes page, but I like won't read the books.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a little.
The books are very beautiful. You know, you kind of are in you're in the landscape. It's really nice.
I mean, but when you're like 14 and you watch Lord of the Rings and then you read Lord of the Rings and you're just like, these guys are just talking about fucking biscuits for like half the book. And then there's
but
like,
when you love biscuits, it's good.
You're right.
You're right.
I can appreciate it probably more as an adult. Definitely more.
I think this is what got me there. Is I read The Hobbit with my dad when I was a kid, so my dad issues are like rolled into it. That's helpful. And then the movies came out as I was going through puberty, and everyone in that movie is like the hottest person in the world in different ways too. It's like it's all the different. All the different members of the boy band. Yeah. And that like my horniness for the guys in the movies really propelled me into the
for
books.
Like the like hobbits and stuff.
Oh yeah. I love the hobbits are my favorite.
Did you hear that the guy who plays Sam is now the head of the Actors Guild?
Okay, good. I thought you were about to say something shitty, like he's now the head of MAGA or something. I think they're all pretty
Charlie
good
Kirk.
guys. But it was...
they all do seem like good guys.
I think so. It was September 22nd, which is like Bilbo's birthday in the books. And I was telling everyone...
They have regular months?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're regular month style in the books, yeah. And I was telling everyone that came in the restaurant I worked at, and then the guy... And no one gave a shit. Every customer was like, who gives a shit? You're like, you know what I mean? Like, can I please have like my French toast or whatever? And then the guy who plays Merry, one of the hobbits, the actor, came in.
No way.
And I almost started crying.
Wow.
I was like, and he was like with his wife, and I could tell she was like, oh, this girl's a fan. Like, let's be really nice to her. Okay. And I felt like he was like, I'm just trying to have a day. Yeah. Because I like brought him a drink, and he was like, I didn't order this. And she was like, honey, I ordered it. It's okay. Like, she was like trying to protect his reputation. I'm like, it's okay. You can get grouchy about a drink.
Good for her, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fine. He wasn't
I'm sure.
He wasn't out of line, but she was very on top of like...
Interesting.
Keeping the nice guy.
That's sweet.
It would be hard to be a celebrity. You always gotta never be grouchy ever.
Yeah, especially if like, because there's celebrities who like want the attention, you know, like Jack Black walking down the street in his big hat and his tie-dye shirts or whatever, and people like stop him for pictures, and he doesn't mind because he likes the attention. Yeah. But if you were like in like, you know, one major role and then had to hear about it forever, like I would be tortured by that, at least for a phase of that. You know what I mean? There'd be like a couple years I'd be like, I'm just trying to have. Yeah,
Rainn Wilson is always complaining about that.
Yeah.
And that I saw recently that he's gonna train to be a death doula.
Oh.
And then I tweeted like,
I mean, I like Rainn Wilson. He actually changed his name. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
He changed his name to like something like long, like Rain Hurricane Environmental Awareness Wilson or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of cool that way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just tweeted like, because he kind of annoys me, but I bet he's cool. But I just had a mean streak in me, and I tweeted like, oh, I'd be good with dying if he was around. And then everyone liked it, like yeah,
you'd be good with
like I was being
dying
sincerely like thinking he's a good death doula, and they didn't realize I was just being mean.
Oh,
and then I was like, why was I being that mean about Rainn Wilson?
Listen, you gotta tweet the thoughts when they come to you.
Yeah,
someone's got to, or else someone else gonna tweet it, and they're gonna get like a bunch of likes, and
that always sucks when you're like, I thought that.
and then it'd be like, kill me. Oh man, I feel that. I hate feeling that way. I had like a joke from like a couple years ago. I did on like my Comedy Central featured thing, and then I saw like that blow up on Twitter, like really blow up, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, more likes than I've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's the torture of our era.
Yeah. Also, I mean, it wasn't that. Our jokes aren't like that unique. We're just kind of like rushing to say them first or whatever.
Yeah, that's what sucks about the internet, because people can even see them live, and then now it's like acceptable. Like it's not real unless you've posted it.
I mean,
and I'm like, I'm not done. I'm not done with it. I'm not done yet. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, the biggest secret about stand-up, I think, is that like we're not like that much funnier than like everyone has like a one funny person in the friend group, and they could be a stand-up comedian if they wrote the funny things that they said down. Like that's the skill. Is remembering to write it down.
Exactly.
And then say it 100 times.
Speaking of which, before you got here, I had a lot of diarrhea.
Yeah.
All morning, and I always have loved the diarrhea song.
Uh-huh.
And it was in that movie Parenthood with Steve Martin. The kids are in the back singing, "When you're sliding into first and you're feeling something burst, diarrhea, diarrhea." So this morning while I was on the toilet, I wrote some down. And I just wanted to run them by you. Okay.
I didn't realize you would have so much.
Yeah.
Cool. You kind of diarrheaed these out.
Well, some of them I don't know. So maybe one or two of them's good. I don't know. But I just have been wanting to have my own verses of this song my whole life. So when Charlie Kirk got shot and you're feeling something hot, diarrhea, diarrhea. When you say release the Epstein files and you release it into piles, diarrhea. When Israel does G-side and you feel a pang inside, diarrhea.
These are good.
Diarrhea. When climate change reaches 1.5 and your intestines start to writhe, diarrhea. Mm-hmm. Okay, but we're still at 1.3. Still, your butthole starts to pee, diarrhea. Okay, only one more.
And your butthole starts to pee. That's poem.
Thanks so much. Poetic. Yeah, I wrote these down before you got here. You know. Okay, when you see JD Vance and you're loading up your pants, diarrhea. And that's all.
That's awesome.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I wish I wasn't thinking about what's his name, Charlie Kirk, so much.
I love thinking about it.
It's a little bit boring to me, and I can see why it's good to why it's funny and good to think about. But there's something. It's like it's too perfect. It's like too much poetic justice to me, to the point where it's looped back around and gotten boring.
I mean, there's so little poetic justice in the world that like I'm just kind of celebrating this entirely self-inflicted victory that we're I was smiling all day. I wish I was, because I feel like I should have been. I was depressed like all year, and honestly I've just
this lifted you up.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to start doing stand-up again.
That's so good. I love that. I'm glad that came out of that for you. But I just think the craziest part to me is Kash Patel.
Yeah.
How he was like, this is my impression of Kash Patel. He goes, "And Brother Kirk, rest well, my brother." And he goes, "We have the watch."
What a fucking...
He said, "We have the watch."
Yeah.
Like it's fucking Game of Thrones.
I know, he didn't even commit to the reference or anything.
Yeah.
The watch?
and now his watch has ended.
It's so like he was a white supremacist, dude.
And then he says, "We'll see you in Valhalla." Ugh. Which I'm like, does he get to go to Valhalla because he was sitting in a tent talking shit and then randomly got shot? You go to Valhalla when you're like in a battle.
Well, he's a culture warrior.
So. Oh, God.
Yeah, Kash Patel to me, like as soon as the killer got caught, I was like, it's a real coming up Millhouse moment for Kash Patel. Just like there were like videos of him just kind of like panicking, like, I don't know how to do my job. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
no
know how
shit,
we're gonna
he doesn't know how to do his job. Dang.
And now he just like confidently be like, we got him. Fucking loser. Also, his girlfriend is a Mossad agent, and he's probably a cuck or something.
Wow.
Hear about that?
No. Tell me about that.
His girlfriend is like a young 20-something, like post-Israeli soldier woman who absolutely like her I think her parents are part of like AIPAC or some shit like that, and he's like obviously kind of like being honeypotted. People are using that term, honeypot.
Wait, what does honeypotted mean
Honeypot
again?
is just like a political infiltration using a hot woman.
Dang.
Kind of, it's very James Bond.
Yeah.
James Bond, but for like big losers who do podcasts.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cool that the killer put like video game instructions on one of the bullets.
Did he?
I think so.
I was just reading that they were just like engraved with however bullets are manufactured type stuff.
Oh.
I don't think he like wrote like, I hope this finds you well.
I think he did write a couple of things on the thing.
I mean, I can believe on the gun maybe, but
there was some like up, side, down that was like some code.
Oh, right. That's supposed to be it's supposed to be like a kind of like a Gamergate. It's a Nick Fuentes type thing.
I see.
Less than it is like a video.
Wait, who's Nick Fuentes?
Nick Fuentes, he is exactly like Charlie Kirk, except he's even more Nazi, like kind of openly, and he is famously friends with Kanye West.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who really Charlie Kirk was until this.
That is honestly kind of surprising to me. Like, how?
I feel like I'm burying things inside of me. Like if I see them, like I'm like, oh, I kind of know who he is, but like,
yeah, kind of know who he is a healthy way to be. When people have absolutely no idea who he is, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can trust you because you're so disconnected from.
I think I have some disconnection going on. I think I'll like see things and then my brain will just bury it at this point.
That's fine.
I'm like, I only have room for like a few things.
That's
like,
a trauma response.
I think it is. I'm having some major trauma. I think I have room for like looking at what's going on in Israel, climate change, and then I guess Trump. But I can't do all the B characters.
Yeah.
But I do know that I watched some videos of Charlie Kirk after he died, and he's not even good at debating. He's not like a good debater.
He does all the things you're not supposed to do, the straw mans, the false equivalency.
Exactly. And
he just straight up lies.
Yeah, there was one video I saw where some guy was talking about like body positivity or something, and then like, well, tell me this is his response. He's like, how would your girlfriend feel if you said, oh, you look like Lizzo today? And then I was like, I doubt anyone would ever say I look like Lizzo. But I feel good. She's like really hot.
She's cool. I actually know Lizzo.
Oh, really?
I had dinner with her like a week ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
She's doing well.
Nice. I'm glad.
Kind of a sweetie. I mean, this is the first time I saw her in like years. She's like friends of friends.
Yeah, I felt
I'm not like hanging out with like.
I felt really weird about all that lawsuit stuff that really kind of blew up. It just didn't. To me, like I need a really good thing to happen for a real cancel. Like you have to rape someone. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I don't really care. Otherwise, I'm not going to go out of my way to cancel you. You know, there's this thing of John Mulaney like told his wife that he didn't want to have kids, and then he had kids with his new wife. I'm like that kind of sucks, but I'm not going to go cancel you. Like that's none of my business, really. And then and then whatever happened with Lizzo, it didn't really.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I kind of don't want to be in people's business unless they truly like do something like heinous or something like that.
But everyone's up for a witch hunt.
I mean, I don't know the story. It's not my deal.
Yeah. And then you know what I also didn't like is how everyone was taking down Amber Heard.
Yeah, I really didn't like that.
Back to Jack Sparrow. Back to loop it back to the Ren Fair.
That's all the white supremacists like kind of like red pilled male activists chuds really got Johnny Depp's back on that.
Well, my whole thing was
who's best friends with Marilyn Manson, by the way.
Oh my God, gross. Ew, gross.
He sucks.
My whole thing is like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know their story. I don't know if she's making up whatever. I don't know if she's crazy. But I couldn't imagine like going to his defense as someone who doesn't know them, doesn't know the story. Because I'm also just like, we have enough pirate films. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice him for the sake of all the women that die every year of domestic violence.
I mean, they're pretty good movies.
Really, all of them?
No, but I mean,
like they're fine, but we got enough, right?
Oh, of course we have enough for sure. But if he got canceled, then people would make more because then they're like, we need movies that we can watch and not get canceled for. And I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to go through another pirate renaissance, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Swashbuckling. She buckled on my swash till I don't know how to do it. She swashed on my buckle till I need another phrase from that series. What's like a catchphrase from those Pirate of the Caribbean movies? What do they say?
Let me think.
She jollied on my Roger till I swashbuckled or something.
I can't really remember those movies very well.
That's okay. Good for you.
All
I remember is that the one of the bad guys had like a squid beard, and that was cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I think that was Davy. Was that Davy Jones?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Davy Jones.
Yeah. Johnny Depp's a good actor. That was a good character.
Yeah, of course he's a good actor.
Yeah, and the way he runs in that movie is kind of like good because it's like, oh, he's like drunk, but also like not used to being on land.
I think people need to realize that like sociopaths are really good actors. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Kevin Spacey is a fantastic actor.
I used to work for this company that does like candlelight, like classic music, whatever. They just like have events. And he was there at the Christmas. There was some like violin Christmas concert or something with all this candlelight, and he was there, and it was right after all like the cancelings and stuff.
Oh, with the trial and stuff?
Yeah,
or?
It was like, and he was there kind of with his scarf and his jacket, and it was like Christmas times, and I was like greeting people as they went out and like handing them something, I don't know, and I just like, he made eye contact with me, and I just went, "Merry Christmas." And he was like, "Merry Christmas."
Wow.
And I was like, that's my like forgiving Christmas moment.
That's fun.
Oh boy. Anywho. Well, I'm really glad that the Charlie Kirk stuff like was able to cheer you up. Is there any other ways that you're coping, or how you holding up? How you holding things together? What's going on?
I'm just trying to like cope by like, I have to like remind myself as someone who kind of like, I went through like a reclusive period during the pandemic for sure. And it lasted way too long. The fact that it's like 2025 now is kind of like a shock to me.
It's weird.
Yeah. Like I feel like because I was contemplating moving to New York, and I was there last year, and I was like living in Brooklyn with like my family on my mom's side, and part of me was just like, oh man, I totally got to move here. Like the people are like nice. Like I can like kind of like rebuild my life here and stuff. And then I just realized that like now I just actually need to go out more. It's so easy in LA to just stay in your apartment and, enjoy your rent and stuff. And especially like as you get older too, like, and I need to like force myself to be like, I need to go out and make friends and associate and like just like be a part of my community. Like when the fires happened, like when the protests happened, I was just like, and like it's just nice to know that there are a bunch of other leftists, like radical leftists or whatever, that like also want to like build community, and I'm just trying to like be more proactive about stuff like that.
It's so much work.
Yeah. I mean, it's work until you do it and you have fun and you meet people, because once you start having fun, then it's
it's got to be a part of the regular schedule, and it's like it's that initial like getting it together.
Yeah, because my whole social life for over 10 years was literally just stand up, and at a certain point, like you realize that like these people who you met and may mean a lot to you, like still are narcissists and may not feel the same way about you when you haven't seen them in a long time. And that like maybe you should build a social net around people who like aren't just performers who, you know, are trying to like be famous and shit. Because once I like got in my head, I was just like, I actually don't want to be famous. Then like kind of my world crumbled in a bit, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that.
I don't think that's embarrassing.
Thanks.
We grew up in a very like get famous time, and if you had any kind of weird stuff in your childhood or whatever, it's just like the only thing that gets you through is like, I'm gonna be a Spice Girl.
Yeah, I feel like especially our age, because we like kind of grew up in between, like, you know, there not being internet and everyone being like super online. And I do not think that like Gen Z and Gen Alpha or whatever are well adjusted at all, but they can at least like relate to everyone else in their kind of like age group. And we're a little bit like in the middle of just like, we cope with like the fact that we had the internet before, and then Facebook killed it all, and then now we're all kind of like coping with being on social media. But I think we don't acknowledge that there's like a lot of people who are kind of like left behind and like never really wanted to be that online and like aren't, and are kind of like still suffering in that millennial like can't buy a house. My worldview is kind of like fucked up and like not, you know, solidified in anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like be comfortable with being old.
Yeah.
And not even being that old.
It is weird. Like there is something about like the pandemic that made it confusing that I aged. Like I really I think that I had some kind of developmental pause or not understanding the passage of time or something. Because I got in an argument with my mom about how old I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago, but I was like, yeah, I'm like 32. And she was like, you're like 34. And I was like, 32. So I just like deleted a couple of years. And it's like kind of like, you know, kind of taking you from early 30s to late 30s. That's a big...
Yeah. I remember making such a big deal. And I see it in young people when they make such a huge deal about turning 30. Like, could not matter less.
I had you were at my 30th birthday party. I remember we went bowling. I had a tough time on my 30th birthday.
That's fair. You're supposed to.
I think that my dad always says this, that everyone has the one age that upsets them. And for him, he says it was 25 because he's like, oh, I'm not like super young. Like, so it's all kind of random, but everyone has like,
I mean, I guess that's an older generation thing.
Maybe, yeah. Like, you know, I'm supposed to have kids by now.
I'm supposed to have a house.
Yeah, but for me, it was 30. Some people, it might be 40. Some people, it might be 60. I don't know, but I think everyone's got to have an age that upsets them. But when I am online and I see people being like, look how young I am, and I'm only 30 and I'm 32. Like, can you believe how young I look for 32? And I'm like, dude, you were in your 20s 2 years ago. I'm not impressed that you look young and you're 32.
Yeah.
That's young.
Yeah, totally.
I trip out.
I mean, I think the thing that's changed about me the most is just like learning to like be attracted to like older people.
For me, it happened like immediately.
Yeah.
Like I went from only being attracted to people my own age to like, I'm fully attracted to like 80-year-olds.
Interesting.
It like did a huge jump.
I mean,
And everyone was included, because now we were talking about Lord of the Rings and the movies at the beginning, and it used to be like Frodo, Legolas, those were kind of like, but now I can watch it and I'm like, Theoden. I was like,
that's cool.
Everyone's included now.
Yeah.
It's great because we had a therapist that we had a couples therapist that was like 70, and I was like, God, he's hot. But that might just be like him being like, oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
right. He's a good listener. Yeah, he doesn't interrupt you when you talk.
Some insightfulness. There was this moment where my partner went like, oh, it really irritates Jessica when I do this. And then our therapist went like, and for good reason. And I was like, damn, dude. I was like,
you're what?
I was like, dang, dude.
That's hilarious. How long have you guys been going to couples therapy for?
We're not anymore. That was like during the pandemic.
Okay.
Everyone hit like a bump in the pandemic where it's like, we're either going to grow right now.
You just needed like a crash course, like a 4-week course.
It was really helpful. It was really helpful.
That's cool.
And it's like helpful in therapy because like when you go to your personal therapist, you can kind of construct your own picture.
Yeah.
But when you're in couples therapy,
that's a good point.
It's like you have a little bit more of an outside view coming into therapy, which is kind of interesting.
I am fascinated by couples therapy. You ever watch that show?
Yeah, that show's good with Orna, Couples Therapy. I love that show.
I'm addicted to that show.
Yeah, that show.
As someone who's like also weirdly chronically single, I'm like,
Well, what I like about that show is I don't really think like it's like, oh, you're compatible or you're not. Like I think you see people in that show that you're like, dude, break up. And then throughout the season, they like get in touch with all their trauma and they come together and they're like, oh, I really love you,
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm just like, where I had like an impression of some person and then like kind of like didn't, you see like a poly couple and you're just like, look at these fucking people, and then you're like, oh no, they're unpacking trauma.
Yeah.
And they're like being vulnerable, and it's nice.
Well, that's what's good about that show too, is because we look at people all day and we're like, look at this fucking guy.
We do that.
We do, and I do that. And I go, look at this fucking guy.
I look at fucking guys all the time.
I look at this, get a load of this one. You know what I mean?
This fucking guy.
But you don't know, man. You just don't know. Well, that's like to bring up a Kevin Spacey movie. Have you ever seen The Ref?
No.
That's where Dennis Leary plays. It's a Christmas movie. It's kind of good.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
He plays like a burglar that comes in. And
what kind of ref? Hockey?
He's not a ref. He's a burglar. But he becomes the ref in their relationship because basically he does a burglary. The cops are on the look for him. And then he hides in their... He like gets in the car with Kevin Spacey, and I forget the woman who plays his wife, but she's so fucking good. And basically takes them hostage, but they're a couple that fights constantly.
Yeah.
And he ends up kind of like just being like, you shut the fuck up, you tell her you're sorry. And he ends up saying like, well, you're being a bitch with your mother or whatever.
Does he even have like a whistle or anything?
No.
I feel like that would upset so many referees who are just like, finally.
I know.
Finally a movie for us.
Not that kind of
so
ref.
Disappointing.
Yeah. I feel like there's movies. Oh, there should be a movie about a sports ref.
Let's write it.
Let's do it right now. Because this is kind of interesting, because it's like, why would someone go down that route of needing to like make the call? They can't make their call in their own life, can they?
And remember Cuba Gooding Jr. in Rat Race?
No.
Have you seen Rat Race?
No.
You haven't seen Rat Race?
No.
Dude, Rat Race is like you would really enjoy that movie specifically. It's like a very you-coded movie.
Oh, okay.
It's just a funny movie. It's not like, I'm not saying anything about you. But Cuba Gooding Jr. plays like a football coach who like did a coin toss and then like fucked up the coin toss and then is like a nationally hated person. I think it was like based off a real person.
Okay. I'll watch Rat Race.
Okay, cool. And I'll watch Harry and Maude again. Harold and Maude.
And maybe The Ref, but maybe save that for Christmas time.
Okay.
That was a good one. It was pretty funny.
It was funny?
It was funny, yeah.
Okay. Dennis Leary is kind of underrated a bit.
Dennis Leary's funny. Kevin Spacey was funny in it. Kevin Spacey, good actor, yeah. Well,
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, good actor. It's the only thing good about him. He's a deeply disturbed piece of shit.
that's true. It was funny when people started coming out about the assaults and stuff, how he was like, well, it's time for me to come out as gay. And it was like, no, that's not. This isn't the issue.
That's identity politics right there.
Yeah, that sucks. But Me Too overall didn't turn out as good as we hoped.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, I feel like everything right now is a backlash against Me Too.
I mean, that's
among other things. It's a backlash.
That's a sickness in our culture. Yeah, Gamergate. Do you remember Gamergate?
I didn't know that much about Gamergate.
I knew everything about Gamergate, unfortunately.
It was like misogyny because girls were gaming.
Girls were just like expressing opinions about kind of like how much of a male fantasy games were. And then every lonely man on the internet basically became a Republican.
You will not take this away from me.
Can we have any one thing?
All right. Well, Brodie, do you have any plugs or anything that you want to tell my humble but powerful listenership about?
I just plugs. I mean, you could follow me on Instagram, aobrobro. I want to be playing some shows, some more shows where I play banjo on stage as character, probably as a Brodie Coyote, the Black Beverly Hillbilly. You know when you drive to LAX and you see like oil pumps like on Ladera, like I want to be like, yeah, my family put those in.
Sick.
You're welcome.
I love that. I have a book I want to lend you that's like about a black farm in LA.
I'd love to read that.
Okay. It's by Paul Beatty. It's called The Sellout.
Paul Beatty?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Excellent.
Warren's brother?
No. Any advice for the listeners?
Yeah, get a banjo, dude. Get any kind of bluegrass instrument. It's so chill. I literally sit on the couch all day just like this. The other week, my friends took us to a lake just for like the weekend because it was like so hot in LA. Took us out on a pontoon boat. I was just like playing banjo there, and I felt like more serene than I ever have, and it healed. It's healed me.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing so good. Just sitting on the couch playing banjo, laughing about Charlie Kirk's death.
Absolutely, it's I'm in my era right now.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
All right.
Get a banjo, get a ukulele, get a harmonica, get anything. Just doodle around on the couch. Change your life.
All right. You heard him, folks. You want to play us out?
Yeah. There's a song I learned, and I let's see if you recognize it.
Can't understand you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us on Some Timeline. Don't forget to email us your thoughts, questions, songs, whatever, at sometimelinepod@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail at 747-666-7005. Thanks to our sound producer, Seth Hover, our musical composer, Jeff Traeger, our podcast artist, AJ Howard, and I'll see you next time on the next part of Some Timeline.
This is a diary.
You know, when you're sliding into first and you're feeling something first, diarrhea.
Okay.
Yeah, I had diarrhea this morning. I'll get to it in a bit, but it was crazy because I was constipated all day yesterday, and then I had one coffee this morning. It was just like
That's how it goes.
on the toilet for a long time.
Could be worse.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to have it come out, you know.